I mean, I'm not gonna lie, you were one of the top requested podcast episodes. I had hella people asking me, when are you getting Brenden on? When are you getting Brenden on? I think it's good to start by saying that we're not actually boys like that. I don't know why people think we're friends. I've never liked that.
We're thought, to be honest. We've had this hatred just coming from me. I didn't know really what I did wrong. I was just like, alright, cool, Jordan's in a bad mood.
Bam. I remember, I think Josh mentioned it in his podcast. It was about the Audi car park days.
Yeah, yeah. That is just, you look back on it and it's one of those moments where you think, like, if we could just go back to that point and just stand there as we are right now, I think we'd just be having a beer and just laughing at ourselves. It was just dumb, man. It wasn't even a fight. They were just shouting and pushing. And I think at one point I threw party rings at you, and then everyone just gassed everything up. Oh, and then we left. I remember we walked to the bus stop together. We were chatting, then nothing happened. Like, yeah. Do you want to go KFC?
Those were the days when you can settle a dispute by like 30 seconds of pushing, and then it's all right, we're friends now.
Alright, cool. Yeah, that's enough. You're hungry? Yeah, I'm kind of hungry. Yeah, come, let's go.
Those are the days, man. Flipping out. How have you been since? What have you learned in the last 20 years?
20 years? That's a long time back, man. Recap.
That would have been like year 9, innit?
What? How did you cop up?
Yeah.
Yeah, year 9. You were young, man. You were still in... No. You already switched. You're in A2. Right?
Not a clue. I should have even know.
It was year 9. We were still like just young and dumb, innit? I mean, still young, but younger and dumber.
Yeah, for real. Flipping out.
Yeah, man. I just find it funny how I'm on a podcast for people that's gone to uni, innit? I haven't gone to uni, so I'm just like, cool, it's good to be here. I don't belong. What's up?
You're just kind of stepping inside the club, like, yeah, okay. I'm supposed to be here. Would you have gone to uni if you could have gone back? I mean, if not for... Obviously we're talking about... Yeah, I mean, we'll talk about Singapore in depth in a sec as well, but if you didn't have to do national service, would you have gone to uni?
Yeah, 100%. 100%. But I think I would have gone to uni for the wrong reasons, to be honest. I feel like I would have gone just because everyone else was going. You know what I mean? And I think that's why a lot of, not just me, I feel like a lot of other people out there have done, have done the same thing. Like, since everyone else is doing, you kind of take it as, oh yeah, like, this is the next step. Like, I do have to go to uni and get a degree and all that kind of stuff. Which, I mean, that's pretty much what I did in A-level, to be honest. Like, the jump from O-level to A-level. I was like, GCSE to A-level. Like, majority's staying on at St. Mark's. So, yeah, I'm going to stay on at St. Mark's. And then I went on to completely fail my first year of A-levels, and then I kind of realized, like this isn't the path for me. I need to do something else. I need to do something that I'll actually focus on, like, enjoy it. You know what I mean? Because I realized, like, it's bad and good at the same time. Depends on how you take it. It's like, I know that if I'm not enjoying a subject, it's like I tend not to put the amount of work in, or like that focus and that concentration is not there because I just feel like it's a drag. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A-levels, I just completely screwed it up. And then they offered me, who is it, man? Miss Crouch. Oh God, I would slap her right now. God, I hate her, man. And that, she was just so vexing. I just thought her teeth were always like in my face, bro. Just right there. It was like a weapon. My lord. Anyway, yeah, she basically she was chatting to me. And the way she chats to you is like, I think that's another thing as someone that, you just realize that you failed A-levels, that your self-esteem is down, your confidence is down. You're just like, oh shit, like, what am I going to do now? Like, I failed, I'm a failure. It runs through your head naturally. And then I had two teachers I still remember, like, it was Miss Crouch saying to me, like, oh, well, look, this is what you get for not paying attention and screwing around half the year and you deserve this grade and all that. And I was like, thanks, this is exactly what I need to hear right now. And then on the other hand was Mr. Javan, you know what I mean? And he was always the guy that, he's always the guy that I feel like he would sit down and actually listen to your side of it and then speak.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, he did that to me, and he told me straight up, like, yes, we're offering for you to come back and do first year of A-level again, but like, what makes you think that just doing the same thing again, there's going to be a difference in it? So then he advised me to just go, and I don't have to make a decision right now. Go look at the options, figure out what you want to do. So that's why I decided to go to college, innit? As in switch to Richmond Perform Films. I went there, and then I think it was a good reset, to be honest. Like, I wanted to do well, and like, I already felt that feeling of that sting in it of like failing, especially being an Asian, coming from an Asian family, and like being the oldest son and stuff. It was like a huge deal, like, for me to fail. So I already felt that sting. I felt this sting, and then, like, not just from the failure, but like from the slaps I got from my dad in it, coming home with that results. So, he just felt that, man. Oh, I don't want that again. Yeah, man, just buckle down, got it done. And it wasn't just from my dad. Like, I mean, I faced a lot of shit from a lot of people. So I remember that time, like, a couple of you guys were like, what? How are you gonna switch to media? What are you gonna do with media and filmmaking and stuff? What are you gonna do? You're just a dickhead. It's just a random thing. And I was like, whatever, man. But I stuck to it, managed to do well. And then, if after that I could have gone to uni, I would have. But I knew that, again, I would have been lost. And I would have just been like, what now? I can't, everyone's going to uni. That's a step to uni. But I didn't. I didn't have the opportunity at the time. Yeah. Uni. I came here.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it's interesting because you're the only guy I know that obviously was Singaporean to go to Singapore and that, but you always see this path of, like, you finish school, you go to college or sixth form or whatever, then you go to uni and get a job. Like, you have this traditional path that you just assume that works for everyone, right? I think. Yeah, it was weird to come to terms with the fact that, oh shit, there actually are different options out there. And it's not necessarily an apprenticeship or a BTEC. It's like, they're actually, the world's bigger than just St. Mark's and Hounslow.
Yeah. It is, man. It really is. Especially when you meet people that, I'm not saying they're like huge success or they're like a complete failure, but like, when you get both of those in uni, you know what I mean? Like, there are people that I've spoken to in uni that they've just really not done well. And then there are people that have just excelled. And then obviously there's that middle ground of people that, like, they're getting by or they've just got through. It's a huge accomplishment. Like, I always feel like this sense of, like, is pride the word? I feel like not pride. What is it, man? What's the word? Yeah, let's go with pride in it. But yeah, like, just when I see pictures of people I know, like, either from St. Mark's or wherever it is, and they've graduated from uni, like, good on him, and like, seriously good on him. Like, they've all that work and grind is paid off, and they've got that moment of, well, basically just relishing the fact that everything is for a reason, isn't it? That you get what you give. But I also know that for those people, straight after that day, that graduation day, I mean, I saw this from my sister and a couple of my close friends. Like, as soon as that day comes and you graduate, like, the next day you're like, okay, cool. Now it's time to move. Like, what next? Apply for jobs, And then obviously the thing that everyone kind of goes through is like, you get a job and then you're expecting to get it because of a degree. Then you don't get it because they're expecting like 10 years experience. And you're just like, but I'm like 12 years old. How am I supposed to get 10 years experience? Like, it's dumb, isn't it? It's a bit stupid, but it is what it is.
Yeah, it's sticky. I think I'm lucky that I realized early that, oh shit, like you can just get not an apprenticeship, internship and kind of work there for the summer and then convert that and kind of preset your life post-graduation. But yeah, I hear you. Like, you see a lot of guys that graduated that have no idea what to do now because it's like you've dedicated, 20, 21, 22 years of your life to education. And now it's like, okay, now you got to get, now real life starts, but you haven't really, a lot of what you learned up until then isn't really applicable and you start again kind of thing.
Yeah, 100%. I feel like hitting that reset button, whether you're forced into that situation or like you choose to, it is an eye opener, man. Because you're literally forced to look at other options, isn't it? And then it gets your gaze. It just gets your gaze going. You start thinking, oh shit, like, can I do this? Can I do that? And like sometimes you'll read a job that you thought you would never go into, and then you end up reading into it and researching it, and you think like, actually, in terms of like workplace environment, you know what I mean? Like some people prefer like just they sit down, they've got an office, they've got a desk, they get their work done, they go home. Like minimal interaction, social interaction. Then that's what works for them. Other people need to have some kind of social interaction and talk to people. Others, they want a work that is physical and they're moving around, they're active. That's where I feel like I fit in. Like I definitely need a job that I'm moving around, I'm active. I can't be sat in one spot for the majority of the day. Like I'll go mad. And I need to be talking to people. I'm a social person. You know what I mean? So if you put me in some cubicle and tell me to type out reports and all that kind of stuff, like, I'm not gonna be able to hack it. I think what job satisfaction. That's it. That's what it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, but the world especially now in the world we live in, anyone would be kind of quite lucky to be holding on to any job right now. Crazy world out there.
Yeah, I mean, with this whole COVID stuff, like, I mean, to be fair, I think America's way worse than everywhere else, but America have 30 million unemployment rate. Like, it's nuts. I think UK economy dropped 20% in April, on the brink of a recession worldwide. Like, yeah, when you think, on the topic of jobs, like now is now is just a different question.
Yeah, different. Now it's more about, I don't think a lot of people working now, as in finding jobs now, they're not looking for the future. It's more just survival, isn't it? Just putting food on the table.
Yeah, for sure, man.
Feeding like whoever, yourself, your family, your mom, dad, you got kids, all that kind of stuff. It's mad.
I think I realize now that I glossed over a lot of context with this interview, I guess.
Huh? Oh yeah. Carry on.
Yeah. So to recap, well, not to recap, but I guess explain to guys who don't already know you or who we are. Like, let's run. I mean, right now you're like super special officer corporal Brenden, right?
Yeah. Corporal Brenden.
And it's a thing where you talked about how you failed first year A level and you went back to college, and then just ran off to Singapore to do national service, isn't it? Like,
so basically, for those that don't know, national service, you're basically conscription, so you're forced to come back and serve in the military for like X amount of years. For me, it was 2 years, and that's basically your way of like a rite of passage, or like paying back the government for letting you live or some shit. I don't know, man, but yeah, you got to do it. You can't escape it. And then that's why I came back, and that's why I didn't go to uni. But it was a good experience, though. I feel like I learned a lot.
Yeah.
Like,
I say a lot that I would have loved to have the same opportunity to do that in the UK. I mean, it's different when you're forced to do it as opposed to like choosing to, but it's like, I feel like you learn a lot in terms of life skills, like discipline, having to wake up every morning, having to do these fitness tests, like, cause otherwise you kind of just finish uni and you have a degree, but you haven't necessarily grown as a person. I mean, I look at you now and obviously I was in Singapore over the summer and it's like, damn, this guy's really, we've really been through it over the last 3-4 years. And I can't say the
yeah,
same for a lot of people I know that, just followed the BM path into uni and graduated and are sitting on a mum's
mm.
couch right now.
Yeah, I feel you, man. I feel you. But yeah, what you said about you'd love to go through it. I think personally, I mean, okay, so just to share a bit in it. So obviously, when I came over, my mentality of like doing this was completely different to like the general opinion of like people in Singapore, like going into it. Because for them,
Okay.
it's like, if you think about it, this whole country of Singaporeans, like all the guys have to go and do NS. So for
Yep.
them, it's just another step to their life as a young adult. So it's just another step to them. And majority is like, they see it as like a burden. They're, oh man, yeah, just a drag, whatever, and go into the army or the navy or the police or whatever it is to,
Mm.
to pay back the public. Because everyone does it, so it's not something special. You see what I mean?
Okay.
So when I came over, obviously I'm coming from, I didn't know anyone that was going off to another country to join the army.
Yep.
And at that point, I was like, this is going to be something completely new. So I attacked it with like this mindset of, I mean, I'm going to go over there for 2 years minimum anyway. Like, I can't do anything about it. So I can either just get by and like just do jack for like 2 years,
Mm.
or I can just kind of just go all out on it, just go all out, give everything, give 100%, and come out of it with something. At the very least, a few good stories. And
Yeah.
yeah, I think that's what helped me a lot. Like just realizing that a lot of people are going to see this differently, and like the one strength I have going into it is my mindset and my outlook on this is completely different because I'm coming from a different country. I basically put myself in this position, and like when I come back, when I left, I said that no, yeah, I'm going to go join on. So when I come back, would I rather I come back and people are like, oh yo, how was your experience at army? And I'm like, it was calm. I was a clerk and I was just in an office. Or would I rather be able to be like, yeah, I know how to use like 3-4 different weapons, and I've got this training and that training, and I had this experience, and I went through
Mm.
this, I went through that, and like, you know what I mean? It's like I want to be able to like share a proper experience, and like with that, I want to be able to experience something that's actually meaningful, something that's gonna better me in it, something I can hold with value and pride.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I just do myself proud in it.
Mm.
That was like my driving force, man. That was my motivation to like just get shit done, like get fit and like focus up, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. That's a
Also, I
vibe, man.
think, yeah, man, it was also a good way for me to like kind of take away focus from the fact that I haven't got my family with me. You know what I mean?
Mm.
So like, my family stayed back in London, so I was the only one that went over. And that was like, it was tough, man. Because I mean, as you know, like me and my family are close, like we're very, very close. So yeah, that was tough. Like getting like accustomed to like a new culture and like the weather and like people, stuff like that. It was mad. It was mad. Like I will see
Yeah.
like one of the biggest changes is like people would think that people in Singapore are like nice in it. But they're quite rude, you know. Actually quite rude. Yeah, no, slow down, slow down. They're actually like not like absurdly rude, but like they're definitely more rude and like attitude, man. It's weird. It's different. Like in London, yeah, like you'll get rude people, but majority is like if I walk down the street here and I see like someone walking towards me in the morning, I'm going to work or whatever. Like, good morning, mate. I can expect it. Yeah, good morning, mate. But if I'm walking down the street here, I'm like, oh, good morning. I probably should have given like some dirty look, like I've just escaped a mental hospital. Why are you saying, yeah, why are you wishing me good morning? I don't know you. Like, that's how it is.
Man, you gotta spend more time in central London, man.
Bro, look, the thing is, even it doesn't, that's what I'm saying, like, in central's havoc. But it's similar, isn't it? It's similar.
Mm-hmm.
You go to central, like, Singapore. Did you guys spend time in Orchard when you came here?
I couldn't tell you. I don't remember exact street names.
As in the central part, all the shopping, like basically the high class places, isn't it? With all the Dior and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
You went
yeah.
there, innit?
Later.
Yeah.
But I guess it's different because I was kind of illusioned by, being a tourist and like, oh, no, I don't even know, like air pollution. Just like the weirdest things I just found fascinating. Like, wow, the streets are clean. It's crazy.
Oh yeah. That is true though. That is very true though. It is very clean. It is very clean. I mean, it's clean, but that's probably because the fines here are just fucking ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Oh shit, I can't swear on it. Yeah, man, but yeah. I just realized.
Nah, it's calm. It's calm.
Yeah, but yeah, the fines here are just ridiculous. Like, I mean, for those that don't know, chewing gum in Singapore is illegal. Drinking and eating on public transport, that's also illegal. What else? Littering is like, it's not a fine and all that. It's like, it's not like a 50 quid fine stuff. It's like, they can fine you up to like 1K for littering.
Jeez.
Yeah. And, what else, man? Yeah, it's just like this thing that you wouldn't even, spitting and stuff. Spitting in public is also, like, that's a finable offense. Just dumb stuff, innit? Just even, like, jaywalking, I know that's, like, not allowed, but in other places, but yeah, here if you get caught jaywalking, that's another thing that they can just do you over. It's dumb,
That's
man.
crazy.
It's dumb. It's dumb, yeah. Another thing is, yeah, after 10:30, you can't buy alcohol. Yeah, after 10:30 p.m., you can't buy alcohol anywhere.
Mad.
Yeah, the only places you can is if you go into like a club or in like an actual bar.
Mm-hmm.
And even then, the price was most likely like go up or something because like what's it called, rush hour or something, something like that. They know that that's like they're peak hours, isn't it? They know that people are gonna come all the time.
Happy hour.
Yeah, happy hour. That's it. Just, yeah, think about it. Happy hour. Yeah, all this kind of things. It's dumb. That I definitely had to get used to that. I remember once I was on the train, whipped out like a sandwich or something. Everyone just looked at me like, this guy is shit. I'm about to take a bite into my sandwich. I just hear this, like, little camera flash go off. Like, what? Like, oh, you guys are gonna just put my sandwich away?
That's
dumb,
mad.
Man. Yeah.
Look, did you get fined for that?
No, I didn't. I just escaped that.
I thought you meant the camera, like, security. I guess it was just a guy that...
No. It was just a guy, yeah.
Singapore.
Well, they actually have something like that. I'm not even joking. They have this thing called, they have a website called Stomp. 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 And it's basically where, like, I mean, I don't think it's used as much now because, like, Twitter is so predominant in all that kind of stuff. But, like, they'll post stuff like that, man. They'll post stuff like, I don't know, like people smoking under a shelter or, like, someone drinking water on the train or someone walking across the street. Yeah, just a bunch of snitches, man. Oh my God, I'm in a country full of snitches. I just realized that I'm in a country full of snitches.
Must be a 6ix9ine fan.
Oh, 6ix9ine. The fact that he was trying to aim at Snoop Dogg, I was like, come on, man, what are you even doing? He was watching a video, he was sitting on the floor like some 5-year-old, and he was like, "Eat, what's he eating? Like cereal or something?"
I'm not up to date.
Oh,
I don't keep up with that.
yeah. Basically, he got
Hopefully
out
it's fine.
obviously told Snoop was snitch, and then he was making out as if Snoop Dogg was snitch. I don't know. Maybe he is, isn't it? But like, one of
Mm,
those stay in your lane moments.
that's hilarious.
Yeah, man.
Imagine the whole country of that. What a nightmare.
Just 6 9s. Everyone just
Yeah.
walking around snitching and get the icky. Trying to get this. I don't know what the lyrics are. I just know it's something like that. It's dumb. It is. Lyrics are wild, man.
All I know is, are you dumb, stupid, or dumb? And it's like, all right. I'm not listening to that one.
Go dumb. Yeah. Yeah. Oh shit. I remember when I first saw him, I thought he was like one of those YouTube people that were just taking a mic. Cause like, like literally like the tats on his face and like the rainbow colored hair and all that, and the music he was putting out, I thought it was a parody video on by like some YouTuber. And then I remember Zeno, my brother, he was just like, "Oh yeah, this guy goes hard." And I was like, "Yeah, this is funny." He was like, "No, it's not funny. He's a real guy. He's hard. He's hard." And I was like,
Right.
"Ah, okay then." Yeah, but I can't lie though. After a while, like some of his songs, like if I'm in the gym, you just want like that kind of hype mentality and like this aggression in it. It works. Yeah, it really does help. I cannot lie.
Mad.
Because
I
in the
bet
gym,
you might.
you're not listening to lyrics. You're not in the gym like listen to lyrics and like start cheering up. You can't do that. You need to just listen to
Mm.
some random like like that high pace, like just like that grind music in it. Just
Yeah, yeah.
mm.
Would you say, because I mean, when I was in Singapore, I heard a lot of British music anyway. But
Yeah.
what's the general, I guess, beyond music, like media, I guess, in terms of the movies you see, the TV shows, is it like substantially different? Would you say it was hard to, what's the word, like
Um.
assimilate into that culture?
Honestly, it's weird. It's like okay, let's go on like say cable TV and stuff. Yeah.
Mm.
Like I know that there's channels catered to like this. Singapore is multicultural, like air quotes. And obviously you've got like Indians, you've got Chinese, you've got Malays. If you don't know about all that, go educate yourself on it. I'll be able to explain. But yeah, so you've got Indians, you've got Chinese, you've got Malays, and like there are channels and shows aimed for those different like races, isn't it? Like for Chinese people, there's Chinese shows, like for Tamil people, there are like Tamil programs, and then there's programs for Malay people, and then there's also programs which are in English, but like with the English slang, they call it Singlish,
Okay.
and yeah, it's more like soap dramas, like I don't know, EastEnders and stuff like that. They're kind of like just dramas.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
got like game shows, or singing competitions, whatever you want, talent competitions, stuff like that. But it's just, I think the one thing that I need to get used to was the way it was edited. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like what's the word? The aesthetic. It was
Mm.
completely different in terms of like the amount of they overuse canned laughter, like the fake laughter, that sound effects, and like all the sound effects of like I don't know breaking glass or like something dropping. It was literally like if Charlie Sloth was Asian and he was editing these programs. You know what I mean? Just spamming sound effects. Yeah, that's what it's like.
Mad.
That's the best way I can
I
explain it,
can
man.
picture.
It's literally if Charlie Sloth was Asian and editing these programs, that's what it would be.
I, I I'm reminded of myself, in I think it was year 8 when we first got into, was it Mr. Martin, I think, into his music room with the IMAX. That was
Oh
me for
yeah,
the whole year, just like banging sound effects, putting the keyboard in like alien mode or something. So you get crazy sounds.
I don't know what's that thing. No, no keyboard. That's the that's that little what's it called, man? I don't even know what it's called. It's like this little like thing that goes up and down.
Yeah,
And
it's
then
like a dial.
if you press a key and you move that, it just goes like, I don't know what. Got me doing sound effects on your podcast.
Oh, imagine. I can't wait to get a soundboard, man.
Hey, you should though. You should get one for your podcast. I was thinking
Oh,
about that.
absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, get one for your podcast.
Want to get my money right?
Yeah, 100%, man. And one of the things in your podcast needs to be the sound of just Gareth laughing and whacking a table or something. I just remember how faithful we were of Gareth whenever he started laughing, man. Everyone was a target.
Gareth was, Gareth's a weapon sometimes.
Gareth is a weapon, man. If you get Gareth in a fight, he'll be like, I think he'll be calm and stuff, and he'll just be just trying to keep it peaceful. All you gotta do, and he'll win the fight, is someone just needs to fart or something, and he'll just start laughing. And when he starts laughing, he starts swinging, just hitting people. All of a sudden, he's knocked out 3 guys, and he's still laughing on the floor.
Yeah, that psychopath, man. Flipping now.
So I just he'll make a better Joker than what's that fella's name? Jared Leto.
Jared Leto, yeah. He's terrible.
Jared Leto was who was that, man? He looked like one of them Vogue magazines. He didn't even look like anyway.
Yeah, we'll come back to that.
Disagree. Yeah, we'll get on what?
On Evan's podcast. Oh yeah, shout out Evan. He told me he's gonna start a podcast soon for like anime and comics and stuff like that. We'll get that
man.
2021.
Evan's been grinding with his music. Yeah, he's been grinding. I mean, he was asking me as well about like what I at the start about army and stuff, like the actual experience of it. And I was just telling him, innit? I can share with you as well. I know I've already shared with you, but just for the sake of the podcast, it's like I think the main thing in army is that obviously you learn like training and like regimentation and like parade drills, how to handle your weapon and grenades and stuff.
Yeah.
Honestly, the one thing that I took away from it was I think it's maturing, isn't it? You're forced to mature. And again, for me, it would be a leader. I felt like before that I was always someone that I had ideas and I would speak up, but I never really took charge. And kind of made me realize that I've got that in me. Like I've got that thing of like, I can have ideas and take charge, but still not be like some dictator. Take charge and like you give your idea and be open and receptive like for other people's plans and ideas and thoughts and stuff. And then you kind of have to be the person that decides what's best, what's most efficient, or what's best for the situation.
Yeah. Decision maker.
Yeah, decision making, isn't it? That was key in like, especially in terms of army, that applies in like in battles, isn't it? Like you need to have that ability to make quick decisions and shit. So all that it was key, man. It just made me realize that there's so much more that I'm capable of if I just push myself. And that's what, I definitely learned that. Like I just need to keep pushing myself. And if you set a limit on yourself, I think you've already lost half the battle. Because you already say to yourself, like, so much I can do. But if you just say to yourself, like, I'm just going to go, and I'm not going to say I'm going to give 100% or everything. I'm just going to just go until I physically cannot go anymore. And then I think that's what the army taught me, man. That's what my unit taught me. It's like if you're not hurting and if you're not sweating or feeling like you need to basically puke, you're not working hard enough. If you don't feel like you want to give up right now, then you're not working hard enough. So you're working through that point. And then when you work to the point where you want to give up, it's just like, but I've made it this far, do I really want to give up now? And then you just push yourself even further.
Yeah.
And then with that, it's like, you create a bond with the guy to your side, the guys beside you. Like, the bond is different, man. It's not like, oh, you're going in and then you're seeing them, and then once it's over, yeah, you're gone. It's really like, and now I get why they say it's like, it's a brotherhood.
Mm.
You know what I mean? I mean, you go through thick and thin with these guys, innit? And it's not just the training, it's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
you're in like barracks, and it's the things that you guys do, like, to entertain yourselves, like the dumb competitions and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, you just do the most like retarded things. I swear down. You just to entertain yourself. But all those like stupid moments, like, you know what I mean? Like, if you think back on like any long-lasting friendship, like the most memorable things that stick out are like the times that you guys would just be pretty much idiots.
Mm.
You know, that's the same, innit? It's the same.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So that's why, like, when a lot of people ask me about like army and stuff, like, I think what they're expecting to hear is like, oh, the one question I get asked every lot. I think it just goes to show, like, some people out there, they just need to educate themselves a bit more. Which is, a couple of people ask me, like, you killed anyone? I was like, what?
Yeah.
We're not even in a war. Like Singapore is not in a war with any country. Wow. What? Honestly, I just don't know what to reply. I'm just like, no, I haven't killed anyone. And they're like, oh man, like, they're disappointed to hear that I haven't killed someone. As if you want to be standing next to like a murderer or something. Like, what? Some people, man.
Now.
Some people just
Imagine
need
if
to
that
start.
was part of. Imagine that being part of essential training, like on day one. Like, yeah, you got to kill this guy, or you're not taking part. What do they think this life is? That they just have expendable guys to kill as part of like military training or something?
Or like day 3 is like, how do you know how to use a gun? They just pull out some random guy. And it's like, kill him. Like, nah, man, I'm not gonna kill him. They pull off the mask, and the guy's just like, I've got kids. And you just have to pull the trigger, like, you're just there, like, you're like, I just want to do my studies. I just want to go to uni. Just shaking. Oh man.
Imagine if
I
like,
don't even want to.
oh my days, like the same way you get like big fines for littering, you get like put in jail for eating was it a durian on the train, and that it's like
Oh yeah,
as
yeah,
soon as you hit
Durian, yeah.
18, yeah, as soon as you hit 18, it's like, yeah, come and kill people. That's the most irrational country, like.
Honestly, I'm not gonna badmouth Singapore because you know what, I like the freedom of, like, not being in handcuffs. But all I can say is that they do need to fix up. They really do need to fix up.
That's mad. Do you feel like, because obviously you've experienced UK culture and Singapore culture, like,
Yeah.
I don't want, I feel like it's a big question to compare both places, but like, surely there's several elements that, because I mean, obviously I was a tourist, so it's not quite the same, but I definitely saw a lot of elements that I much prefer out there compared to here in London. Like, what's your hot take on comparing two cultures?
For me, this is actually a bit of a deeper question, like, for me personally, innit? Because
Mm.
I put it this way, like, I mean, I moved from Singapore to London when I was 7, like, with my whole family.
Yeah.
And then growing up as an immigrant, like a first generation immigrant, it's like, you always, I think a lot of people can relate to this, which is like, you always feel like you need to fit in, especially growing up. Like, growing up, you
Mm.
just want to be, you don't want to be a black sheep. You don't want to be the odd one out. You just want to fit in, because
Yeah.
everyone's already feel like you're different. So you're just, you know what I mean? Like, so, and you never feel like you really fit in.
Mm.
And that follows you all the way, pretty much all the way. And obviously over time, that, you get used to it, you find a group of friends, stuff like that. But even then, like, I might get some backlash for this, but I mean, this is my opinion, isn't it? So, especially, like, say growing up in like the same arts, I wasn't
Yeah.
like, I knew, like, I would say that I would knew different groups of people and I could mingle around. But everyone expects me to know, like, that Asian group.
Yeah.
And, like,
Okay.
I'm expected to know, like, example, brown girl 1, brown girl 2, brown girl 3. I'm supposed to know all 3. But in reality, I just share a class with brown girl 1. But they expect me, you know what I mean? And when I say they, I'm pretty sure you know what I mean by that. Like, it's just that majority of, like, is that stereotype, isn't it? A stereotype.
Yeah.
Or like, when I play football, like, I'll play football in the cage. And I mean, countless times I've been asked, like, oh, you're playing football in the cage with us. Why don't you play outside next to the fence with the Asian guys?
Yeah.
And I'm like, but I want to play in the cage. Like, why can't I play in the cage? You know what I mean?
Mm.
So there's always that thing of fitting in because I wasn't born in this country. But you can't tell me that I don't feel like a Londoner. You know what I mean? If I'm in a pub and someone drops a glass, I'm not gonna sit there like, oh my god, what happened? I'm gonna turn around like, wait.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like, I don't support Asian countries. I support England. When England loses, I feel like shit. How many times have we been on the edge of our seats, like watching a match of England, and we learn about the history of the country and all this kind of stuff, and everything about me was like, air quotes English. I
Yeah.
didn't speak Tamil. I still don't speak Tamil. I understand a bit of it just because my mom and dad spoke it in between them, but it was something that wasn't forced on me. So like the majority of us, my first language is English. My second language should be Tamil, but it's not. It's French. And that's just because of what I learned in GCSE.
Mad.
That was an eight. You know what I mean? So it's all these kind of things that it makes me feel like over time you belong. That this is your place. And then I moved back to Singapore, and I'm thinking, okay, cool. Like, I know I didn't grow up in Singapore in terms of like formative years, but what's the reception going to be? So I'm thinking, okay, now I'm going back to a place where I'm Singaporean. I hold a Singapore passport. I was born in the country, so I'm going to belong. That was my mentality coming in. But when I came in, I wasn't even seen as a Singaporean man. I was seen as, oh, you're that London boy. You're that London guy. Or, oh, how is it in London? Oh, and I was asked the same question. Oh, which is better, London or UK? Sorry, London or Singapore? Which is better? Oh, Singapore's better, right? And I'm like, just two different countries, isn't it? You know the whole thing of like the grass always seems greener on the other side.
Yeah.
It's like that, and like Singapore has its pros and cons. London has its pros and cons. You know what I mean? And I'm not gonna go into that right now, but yeah, there's something I've always struggled with, like that sense of belonging, and like where do I fit in? Like I'm in Singapore, like even now, man, and just the way, because of how I've been brought up, the environment that I grew up in. A lot of people in Singapore, regardless of age, they instantly realize that the way I act, talk, carry myself, my mannerisms, all this kind of stuff is like different. And one thing that is the word that's thrown to me a lot is a lot of people are like, oh, you're so mature and all this, and I'm like, it's not that. It's more like I was brought up in a different country, so we do things in a different way.
Yeah.
So a lot of people, yeah, they always say that, and even to this day, man, like a lot of jobs, I've learned to use it as like a strength because I realized that it's the same thing in it. Everyone's attracted to something that's different. So the same way, if I go for job interviews and stuff, they see that I'm Singaporean and stuff, and I've got a Singapore passport, and they see that I'm brown. I know that one of my strengths is that I can say that, look, well, I grew up in London, because I know that it makes me different. I know that it sets me apart from the rest. And then suddenly the questions are not even about the job. It's just about, oh, how was it in London? Why are you in London? Did you study in London? Blah, blah, blah. There's one of those things where even now, but yeah, it's just that sense of like, where do I actually belong? I've had people ask me like, do you feel more Singaporean or do you feel more like British? And
Yeah.
like, honestly, I'm leaning more towards the side of British, but I can't say that I'm like I can't say that like definitively. It's like, it's more like, yeah, like I've got that side of me. There's also the side of me that I like my food and I like my culture and I'm proud of it. and I'm getting to know it. And I mean, you when you get back in touch with all these things, that you realize just how much more there is out there in the world, isn't it?
Mm.
I think everyone our age like wants to go and travel the world, but this experience especially, it just made me. It's like emphasize that. It's like multiply that like tenfold. It's like I really just want to go and see the world, see different cultures. And like we were speaking about just before you start recording, it's like the views of some people here are so different, outdated. I would say outdated,
Yeah.
different. How they do things, how they view certain subjects and topics, and all this. Like I had a couple conversations about what's going on in the world right now, like with America and Black Lives Movement and COVID and all that, and the reactions and how they speak about it is completely different, man. The awareness isn't there, but you can't blame
Mm.
them either. Like that's just how it is. That's just how they grew up. And that's something I need to get used to.
Yeah, yeah. It's interesting for sure because I feel like the way black people are treated around the world is, like, in general, like racism is not just an American problem; it's a worldwide problem, right? But I
Mm,
do think it's an element of, like we said it before as well, the podcast. Like, you kind of, certain things that's ingrained in you from a young age, and it's hard
yeah.
to outgrow that. And I feel
Mm-hmm.
like that's specifically prominent in, I mean, Singapore is not a poor country by any means, but I guess like less economically developed countries where it's like, let's talk about the UK, for example. We've had about 300, 200 years to start learning, whereas a lot of these places only really started learning in the last, 50 to 100 years. So
Yeah.
I can't even begin to imagine like how different the process is in other places, like specifically Singapore, I guess.
Yeah, man. It's crazy, especially like I was going deeper into it. Like I saw what was it? It was an interview. Muhammad Ali. I don't know if you've
Mm,
seen it. He was saying about he was talking to his mom and he was like a little kid. He was like saying like, why is it always good things are white? Snow White, and the white as snow, and um what else he said, man? It was like the angels are white, Jesus is white, you know,
mm,
and the angel cake was white and the devil cake was chocolate,
yeah.
and all this kind of stuff. And have you seen that one?
No, I haven't seen it, but I've heard references to it,
I'll
so I
send it
know what
over,
you're
man.
talking
And I just like he said it in more like a comical sense, in it.
about.
But yeah, man, that definitely hit a chord with me because I didn't even think about that. That was something that didn't even cross my mind at any point. And then I was
Mm,
like, it is. Like one of the things he said that kind of made me laugh is like, and if you're gonna threaten someone, it's called blackmail. You know what I mean? And it was like, and he said like, why isn't it called white mail, mama? Like they lie too. And I was like, yeah, they do. It's it's mad, man. It goes a lot deeper, but it's a heavy topic to deal with in one shot. Like, because unless you actually know, yeah, unless you actually know what the hell you're actually talking about, it can get messy very quickly. I think that's what I realized. Speaking to a couple, um, let's just say interesting individuals in the last
mm.
week.
Yeah, yeah.
My lord, they deserve a slap. But anyway, yeah, man.
No, I hear you, man. I mean, for me, like, as a black person, I've struggled to even get into it with a lot of people because it's like, uh, we've been saying this for years, man. Like, nothing about this last week is new. But it's like, there are so many guys that I guess
And
they didn't realize until George Floyd. It's like, yeah, I'm not trying to go back 400 years to explain everything to, to you
yeah,
again.
mm,
It's, yeah, it's a sticky one, man. But,
100%, 100%, 100%. It is that. It is, I just feel like someone said to me, like, this, if you're listening, I'm not going to say your name in it, but
mm,
basically, someone said to me, the only reason these riots are happening right now is because all these people are pent up because they've had to stay home during COVID. Fam, I don't know whether to laugh, cry, or just get mad in it. But this
mm,
person, if you're listening right now, yeah, fuck your mom. swear down. Just dumb.
Bad.
Can
Now,
you
to be
believe
fair,
that, though?
an
Like,
element of that is true, though.
an element is an element. Like, you can make that relation. But to say the only reason that riots happening is because of this, and they're just saying they're using the death as an excuse, it's like, like, what even just chatting. Like,
Yeah, to overlook the whole.
Everything else, innit? You see what I mean? It's like you want to laugh, but you also want to be mad, but it's just like, what you were talking about. And you said it's
certain
so
man are getting
conviction.
blocked.
Yo, 100%. You know, like when you hear someone say something like that's just outright, just false, just not real, and they say it with like conviction, as if you're an idiot.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, oh, beer has no alcohol in it, man. Are you dumb? Beer has no alcohol. And you're looking at them like, what? And they're like, yeah, the other day I had a non-alcoholic beer, and I'm like, you shut up.
It's mad. It's mad. Yeah, I don't even know, man. I think I learned, and this is a different topic to be fair, but I learned a while back that we all have our own, I guess, ceilings of comprehension. To kind of make sense. Like people can get, like, the term idiot, like someone who's an idiot is defined by like their lack of comprehension for intelligent things, right? So for me to look at someone who I know is dumb and be like, oh, why don't you get it? It's like, the reason why they're dumb is because they don't get it. They don't have the capacity to understand these sorts of things. And as soon as I clocked that, you know, there are levels to this, it's like, yeah, I'm not explaining this to you. I'm going to spend my time, I don't know, starting a podcast or something. It's just too much. It's too much. Like, these guys can only see in 2D. I'm trying to explain in 3D. It's just yeah.
Yeah, some people, I agree with that. Some people just need to, you just look at them and in your head you're thinking, you are not even worth my time. And on the outside you're just kind of smiling and nodding your head like, yeah, man. Anyway, I'll catch you later. And you just turn around like, okay. Just, what was that?
Some car outside.
Oh, fair.
Can you hear the engine running?
No, I can't.
Oh, man.
I just heard something slam.
Yeah, there's 2 shots. I saw an up.
Bro.
But nah, man, I had a topic that I wanted to bring up, but I can't remember now. Oh yeah, because we were talking about Gareth and Evan, and I was going to say, like, because obviously people talk about long distance from like West London to East London, but you're on a different side of the world. How did you cope with, like, I guess, long distance friendships, and how did you go about maintaining that? Because I know we didn't even speak that much over the last few years, like maybe like every week, every month or so, a message or a call. But I can imagine there are some guys that just haven't said a thing, or maybe some bright sparks that have talked a lot more than you have expected. Like, what's your experience with that?
Yeah, actually, that's a good point. I just remembered, I had a conversation with Michael about this, and before I left, and I told him, like, no matter what happens over the next two more years, is like it's inevitable. We're all gonna change. You know what I mean? All of us are gonna change. I know that I've changed. I know you changed. I know Gareth has changed. I know Michael has changed. But it's not about whether we change or not. It's about whether after we go through these experiences and our personalities and we develop and all that and we grow, whether we can still come back and pretty much eat at the same table and share jokes and just banter and just chat about random things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I think that's what I said, and I just wanted to keep that line of communication open. And that I'm sure, like, a few times that you've looked down your phone and you've just seen a missed call from me, and like something AM, and you're just like, this guy, what is he trying to do? But obviously, like, yeah, it's hard, man. As in terms of, I try and call people like at least once every 3 months, or like message to just catch up. Yeah, like surprisingly, I don't really get enough time to like, obviously speak to everyone. So I have to like kind of break it up and just like little catch ups here and there. Because I know that, yeah, man, my relationships to me, like I said, I'm a social person and my relationships to me is important. So I just want to, it's like kind of like, it's like maintaining it. Like, with anything that you care about, you need to maintain, just look after it. So I just like
Yeah.
keep calling. Like imagine if like I just didn't contact, uh, like say you for like 2 years straight. Like
Mm.
after the airport, I just went cold. And after 2 years, I came back to London, and I'm expecting everything to be calm and things as it should be.
Yeah.
It just wouldn't happen, innit? Like I'd probably meet you, and you'd be like, "Oh, like Brendan's back, like calm," and then it just wouldn't be the same. So that's what I'm saying. Like we need to just keep in touch. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I'll call you guys. Yeah, shout out to obviously Michael and Gareth. Shout out to Charlie. People that I was in contact with a lot more than I thought I would be. Like Simona, Max, Lick, uh, Shane, obviously, Sean, Nathan, like all these guys, man. Like, yeah, it's one of those things that you just need to keep in touch. And like, it's the same as like, say you go to, like you're in what, Brighton, innit? Or Bristol.
Bristol, yeah.
Yeah. So you go to you in Bristol, and Gary was in like Warwick or something. I'm not too
Gareth, he's in
sure.
Kent.
Yeah, Kent. Who's on Warwick? Who's on Warwick?
James.
Ah, that's the James. Yeah.
Yeah, guys are everywhere
Obviously,
now. But
Michael. Yeah, exactly. Everyone's so spread out. Like Michael's in Cambridge, so obviously we can't. Even you guys can't meet up every weekend.
mm.
Even then, like you're in the same country, but it's like the same thing, innit? So you can't meet up every
Yeah.
weekend. The only difference is that it'll be easier for you to plan something and meet up physically, but it will
Mm.
still take some time. But even in that time, it will be like you guys would keep in touch. Same thing, man. Same thing. I tried. I just tried, didn't I? Like if you guys don't pick up the call, or like if I realize that after like I don't know the seventh call of this being aired, I'm just like, alright, that's fine. Go and cry in a corner or something, and then get back to my life. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, there's only so much you can
Yeah.
do.
Yeah, I hear that. Flipping hell. Just stick on some Frank
Yeah.
Ocean. Sit in the back of the room.
Oh, don't bring up Frank Ocean, man. I know I'm in a better place, but if I've got a whole like Frank Ocean playlist going on.
Word.
You know what I
Word.
mean? Frank Ocean playlist and a bottle of wine open in a room just alone. You know that some shit's going on in your life, bro.
Oh, them ones, man. I've got a playlist called CIMF, like Caught in My Feelings.
Oh,
It's peak. There are days when I just click that on, sit in the back, turn the lights off.
yeah.
Yeah, good old
Swear.
mental health.
Yeah, on that topic though, just real, yeah, just that's another thing in the army. I was like, because I mean, you know, I was basically in charge of like my guys in it. Like I was the IC first IC in charge, IC in charge.
Mm.
But like I was honestly, it's one of those things that like if you actually do give a damn about your guys, like you keep in touch and like catch up with them and talk to them and stuff. And one of the huge things about the army is that yeah, guys would be breaking up, like their girlfriends would be breaking up with them. There's not enough time to spend, or like their mental health and all this kind of stuff. It just made me open up the conversation a lot more, and I think that a lot of us need to actually talk about that a lot more. Innit? So
Mm-hmm.
just if you listen to this and you're feeling down or you're feeling some type of way, man, talk to someone. It helps. It seriously helps.
Yeah, it's a big fact, man. That's a big fact. It's funny because I was talking to someone ages ago as well, and it's like, if you break your arm or something, you go to a doctor, like a physical doctor, to help you with your physical health, innit? It's easy to track if you're getting a bit big, you want to lose weight. If you're getting a bit skinny, you want to eat a bit more. Like, you can easily track physical things because you can see it. But
Yeah.
people will go through the maddest stuff. Like, when my granddad passed last year, I was like, it's nothing. And it's like, you kind of bottle all this stuff up. And I guess because you can't see it, you don't really react to it. But
But it's still there.
yeah, if you just let it build up, yeah, man, it hits you. And sometimes it might hit you all at once. It might hit you one time, once a week or something, but it's never a good thing to have to fight your demons, for lack of better words.
Yeah. The thing is, I think a lot of people, especially guys, it's like, a lot of us feel like we have our set of problems. Everyone else has their set of problems. So therefore, we shouldn't burden anyone else with our issues. And we have to fight our own issues and fight our demons by ourselves. Again, this whole macho, like, debate and stuff that we see in the media and all that kind of stuff. Like, how many times have you seen like an action movie with this guy, like just jacked up, running with a machine gun, just killing people? But at no point in the movie do you see that guy sit down with a friend and be like, I just feel fat, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's like, you don't see that. You won't see that in the movies. But God knows that that's something that a lot of guys are body conscious. The body image is with everyone, not just guys and girls. The guys also body conscious, man. Body image, like, that's just one of the things. You won't see like Sylvester Stallone running around and just being like, just shooting everyone and then starts crying. One of his friends goes, "Oh, what's up?" Like, off my face, just dragging off to the side. I can't take it. You won't see that happening. I think that we need, I mean, in terms of media representation, there's a lot more that needs to be represented in the media. I think that's one thing that Marvel's doing. Like, I mean, that's obviously Marvel. Everyone watches Marvel, and they realize that, they recognize that. But then to like, I mean, you have like a good amount of like, colored people. I think Kumal, I can't remember his name. He's in the Eternals. They made Valkyrie. They said that Valkyrie is the first openly openly gay member of the LGBT and all that. It's good, isn't it? It's a step in the right direction. I guess some representative people that's sending that positive image out there.
Yeah. Because like, you can only be what you can see, innit? Yeah, I've heard that a lot.
Yeah. It's like, it's easy for other people and for you to say to yourself like, oh, just be who you want to be. It's easier said than done. I mean, like, I've heard that so many times. I'll just be you. Like, who am I? You know what I mean? You don't even know that you're still finding yourself.
Yeah.
Is that kind of thing, man? I think that is the kind of conversation that I feel like, it's not like you don't need to, mental health is not something you need to actually go to a psychiatrist and pay money and it doesn't work like that. It's like what you said with the doctors, isn't it? Like, let's say if you get a cut on your arm, you're not gonna rush to the hospital for a cut on the arm.
Yeah.
You're gonna get someone and be like, yo, like, give me a first aid box. Let's sort this out. Honestly, if you break your leg and it's like your foot is like the other way around, it's done a 180, yeah, go to the doctors. That's serious shit. Same with mental health. Like, if your mental health is really in like a dire state and someone realizes it, then yeah, it actually needs to be taken.
Yeah. Yeah,
I mean, true. I've dealt with people in the military that, like, again, military, you same stuff. You think macho and this and that, so they feel like they can't speak up about their emotions, but that comes with that bond in it that you build. And I've had people come up to me saying that they've got things going on in their personal life and basically they're suicidal, isn't it?
Damn.
And obviously that action was taken, but it's that thing of like just that bond, that trust. And just when you spend so much time around these guys, like, that trust is there. So obviously, if you go to a psychiatrist, that trust isn't really there. I mean, it depends on the different person. I really feel like guys need to about this more, man. Especially guys. Like, just find that macho image. That whole, basically toxic masculinity and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I know
We talked
too many
about it
people.
before as well.
Yeah, but
It's been what?
it was a couple months back. I was on call with you and Michael. Yeah, we were talking about this. And I remember Michael... Michael had his opinions. Michael had his opinions. It is fair enough. But yeah. And I remember you were like in the middle, like you were like, I agree. But obviously there's a limit in it. There's a limit. Like I said, there's only a certain level of comprehension. Like you said, sorry, there's only a certain level of comprehension to each person. So obviously I'm someone that there's also a limit, like I'm human in it. There's also a limit on how much you can fight that whole image of what a male was supposed to be. Everyone has that. Like I'd be BS if I said like, oh, I accept everyone and anyone for whoever they want to be. I'd be BSing, bro. It's just, that's not the way it works. Everyone's different. Everyone's got their own views. That's the only thing I can say.
Yeah, no, I agree, man. I agree. It's sticky, man. I feel like when it comes to toxic masculinity, like, yeah, I don't know. I think the general conversation is always on like, men don't cry. You got to be masculine and all this stuff. But I see it as there are so many parts of, society that kind of force you down this one thing, and it's hard to address it all one by one. But now I can see how like in the army that would be a massive thing, because as my understanding is that no girls have to do NS, right? It's just guys. And I can't imagine spending 18, 19, 20, your formative years just, in a camp with guys for that whole period.
I mean, yeah, exactly. I mean, there's not much I can say on that. It's spot on it. It only feeds that thing of like, you're surrounded by guys. You're surrounded by guys that are doing these like things that are like, like what you see in the media, like all these manly things, like flipping tires and going to the gym and shooting weapons.
Yeah.
Kind of stuff, which is like all this macho stuff, innit? And then you're thinking, and you're so focused on the task at hand. And then when everyone gets their rest time, it's literally maybe like your time that's not training. I would say that time spent is maybe like 70% sleep. Nah, maybe like 60% sleep, 40%. Like what I said before, just like this messing about.
Yeah.
So when you're messing about, you want to be having fun and like lighthearted messing about. And then that 60% where it's sleep, like you don't want to be disturbing anyone and affecting their sleep because you know they need it. So with that, you can't think to yourself like, where does that time come in that I can actually sit down with someone that I trust and have a long, hard, serious conversation about what's going on in my head, what's going on in my life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I was blessed to have my very close friends, man. Shout out to Irwin, Justin, Kai, like all these guys in my army that they took the time to like hear me out. And the vice versa, like anyone in my platoon, like, they hear me out what I'm going through. They help me through a lot of things, and I help them through certain things as well. Like it's a give and take, isn't it? It's a give and take. Yeah, that's why I remember when you guys came. Talking to Michael about this. Yeah, talking to Michael about this, and I was saying to him like it would be nice for you guys to meet them, like my guys from army. But I know for a fact it wouldn't be the same in it. You know what I mean? Like, meet them and obviously the accent and all that kind of stuff. It would just be very awkward for you guys and them. And then I'm in the middle, like trying to juggle both kind of social groups. Yeah.
I think like
Actually,
if we were there for like not a year, but like for a month, that's different. But yeah, because we saw you like twice during that week.
Yeah, more than
maybe like 3 or 4 times, but we were only there for like 6 days.
Yeah, exactly. It was a very, very short amount of
So,
time.
yeah, I don't know, man. The mixing group is a massive, like, that's a whole separate podcast episode, but
Yeah. Exactly.
social dynamics is an interesting thing.
Yeah. On top of that, because for me, I code switch. Innit? So yeah, for anyone that doesn't know, code switching is how to describe it. Code switching is basically when you speak in two different accents depending on who you're talking to. So for me, like, it works when obviously when I'm in St. Mark's or I'm talking to you right now, I'm speaking this way. But if I'm speaking to anyone in Singapore or my mum or dad or that kind of stuff, it will switch up. So instead of sounding like this, I probably sound something like this, you know, the kind of thing, talk like that. It's weird, man, and it happens so quick. Like in my head, I don't have to think about it; it just happens. Like I can literally be like talking to someone in like my Singapore accent, and then say like you or Gareth or whoever calls from like UK, I'll pick up. My brain just flips the switch, and I'm just like, you know, what I want. And I've seen a couple of people like it's a common thing amongst immigrant children, immigrants. I've seen a couple of people in Singapore, like they saw me like speaking Singaporean, and then I pick up the call and I'm speaking like this. Then I put down the call, they look at me like, "Oh, you're so fake." Look at my face, man. You know, they shut up because they don't know. They just think I'm putting on a fake accent, stuff like that. But it's not. It's not. It's just like it's almost like speaking languages. It's like obviously if someone comes up to you start speaking French, you're not gonna like continue speaking in English. You're gonna speak French or whatever language it is you speak, Spanish, whatever. You're not gonna just speak in English and then they're like, "Can you please speak in Spanish?" And you're like, "Nah, I'm not gonna speak what English, man." It is human nature, isn't it? But human nature is socially like you want to be understood and you want to understand like communication and stuff. But it works in that way. At least that's my understanding of it. I can be completely wrong. There's someone out there like that knows psychology and actually knows about this. They could be listening to this like this in their head.
That's all a squad.
100%. So remember, because I was in my classes and stuff. People, they didn't see me as like as intellectually someone that struggled, and they saw me as someone that was like, yeah, you're a smart guy. So that was the classes that I was in, the sets that I was in. So I was like, oh yeah, you're a smart guy. But then when it came to school, oh my lord, man, like the guys it was you, Michael, Gareth, James, Joseph, Charlie, like you guys were like top tier. So like in terms of like academics, so when it came to like academics, let's say in maths, in a group, I was like a fool. I was an imbecile. And at one point, I was doing A levels, I think. A levels. I was doing like my psychology report or something. Michael just kept disturbing me. And then he asked me, I'm pretty sure you remember this, man. But he asked me, what's 7 plus 4? And then I'm like, doing my essay, I'm like, 12. And he just started laughing. Like, laughing. And I was like, what? And I was like, I just asked you what's 7 plus 4. I was like, yeah. He was like, yeah, you said 12. And me just being me and like, so just blurring it. I was like, just in a daze. I was just like, yeah. And that shit started with me for the whole A levels, man. Like, I can tell right now the author is 11. It's not 12. Yeah, I can tell you that. I can confirm that. He did not let me forget that whole year. And I was like, oh shit, I'm actually dumb. That was something that I found like wild, in it? Because like Gareth, Michael, you, James were like considered like among the smartest people in my year, I'd say. And then I was just there. Like, you guys are talking about like, I don't know, physics, like some quantum shit. I'm just there like, can we go get KFC?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's how it is. That was.
Like, I feel like a lot of what we said so far kind of ties together in the sense that, I'm trying not to say in such a, like, Armageddon way, but it's like an identity thing, right? Not quite a crisis, but a thing of like, you're different ethnicity to everyone else. You're in a group where you might not be the same, not intellectual level, like, okay, academic level. Obviously coming to a new country where it doesn't really feel like home, and then traveling again for NS, and you don't really feel like belonging either. It's like, it seems like you have a whole lot going on that is, something that's not really talked about enough, like the whole element of identity and finding out, really learning who you are as an individual, as opposed to like a part of this country or that country.
Yeah, 100%, man.
But how would you say, like, because you mentioned a bit of like toxic masculinity and have someone to talk to, like, obviously in school from like year 7 onwards we've had each other, but how would you say how have you really grown and stuff outside of that? Because like I didn't even realize how deep some of these things were until just now, this conversation. But
bro, but hitting me with a deep question, bro.
That's the intellect way.
Yeah. I mean, going from, like, let's say, like, me coming to living in London, innit? Growing up in London and stuff. We're always taught, from our parents, like, Indian culture. So, like, with Indian culture, like, obviously we loved it. The songs, the music, the movies, food, the traditions, and all that. And as we grew up, it was like I knew that I am Singaporean. That was my identity. That I am a Singaporean kid. This is my traditions and stuff.
Yeah.
And as I grew up, it was like my traditions grew to like, the World Cup or this and that. And I don't have to explain it. Like instead of like just thinking about and loving Indian food, I also started loving like the Sunday roast. Go to a pub on a Sunday, have a pint, have a Sunday roast with the family, or get a fish and chips, that kind of stuff. And then obviously it starts combining the two, So like that's what I'm saying. Like I can't say like I am Singaporean. I can't say I'm a Londoner. And that already started back. It was like is that this thing of why can't I enjoy a bit of both? And then I had friends from different backgrounds as well. Like Michael introduced me to like different cuisine from like the Caribbean and stuff. You introduced me to the different ways that you guys cook food, especially when we had that barbecue and you were like, "Nah, this is how we do it." It's like learning, and it's not learning like things and looking at it like, what is this? So I feel like identity is something. It's not something you can copy and paste into any significant person. So like, especially growing up, me and my siblings went through the very, very similar thing. As you can imagine, right? Like we're at home, we're dealing with stuff at home, then we're going out and dealing with the stuff on the outside world, in our school, community, and like the different ethnic groups that we like mix around with and talk to and chill with and all that. And we're learning from that. We're like, taking in so much information. So we were like on the same page up until the point that I left. I left Singapore and then I came here. And then it was this whole learning curve of like, why can't I be Singaporean, but also share my experiences of when I lived abroad? Right?
Yeah.
So I guess when you say like, what is my identity right now, it's more figuring out where I fit in the world. Or like, what is my, on a bigger scale, what's my purpose? What's my purpose? Like, why am I actually here? What do I actually want to accomplish and do? What do I want to share? And I feel like this like identity thing it's not exclusive to a certain group. It doesn't matter about your race, religion, background, creed, like sexual orientation. It doesn't matter. your identity is your identity. Just everyone goes through that journey, and it's not just me. I feel like there's things that 3-4 years ago that you had an opinion on something, and then now you feel completely different about that topic, wherever it might be.
Mm.
You know, like in a trivial sense, you mean you could have had a bounty 3 years ago and been like, this is garbage. What is this chocolate? But then over time, like someone, you know, like you experience whatever, like, or every day you have no choice to eat a bounty, and then now if I give you a bounty, you're just like, yeah, I'll have that. Thank you very much.
Yeah, said no one ever, but continue.
Example in it, yeah, bounty is trash. But bounty is trash. I don't know why I went in bounty in it. I just thought, what is a treat? The first thing I did was bounty.
I was like, I was asking this guy about identity, and you're bringing up bounty. Like, come on, man.
So to be honest, in a way, I'm a bounty. You know what I mean? I'm a bounty. I'm brown outside, brown on the inside.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Mad.
Yeah, man, deeper meanings, bro. This is about the.
This is an A-star English GCSE.
Yo, this is I would have failed my speaking, bro. The teacher asked, did you understand the questions? That yes. Why are you talking about bounty? I don't know. Sad about that bounty, man.
Oh, man.
Yeah, man, but yeah, going back to it, I feel like identity is something that everyone deals with, innit? And like I said, it doesn't matter, but race, religion, creed, background, ethnicity, whatever it is, sexual orientation, it doesn't matter. Everyone goes through that journey. It's about finding yourself, especially at the stage that we're in right now. There's so much information, there's so many choices and options and influences out there. So many, like, the pressure is in it. Like, like I'm pretty sure in our heads, like when we were like say 18, 19, we're thinking, oh, by the time I'm 25 or 26 or 30, like we kind of like set like this limit, like, oh, by this age I need to be married, I need to have a house, I need to have a school job, and I need to have a dog called blah blah blah, and all this. I need to have my life set. You know what I mean? But I think everyone needs to realize that you all have your own clocks and timelines. So just because someone's doing better than you doesn't mean that they're always going to be doing better than you. They're just doing better than you right now. But like, who's to say where you're going to be in 6 months, a year, 2 years, a decade? Like, you don't know, you know. You just got to do your own thing and grind. I think that's one thing that I learned, man. Like, just trying not to compare yourself to other people. As in, like, not saying don't compare. It's good honestly, it's good to compare it. It's like, it's a benchmark for where you're at right now.
Yeah.
But don't think about it so seriously, or like, don't put yourself down, or like, cement yourself in that place, or I'm not this, or I'm not good enough. Like, this is literally the age that you need to explore different things. I was speaking to Simona, ages ago, and so speaking to her, and I said to her, like, I think personally, I believe that the ages of like 20 to 25 is a good time for us to like go into like different jobs and different roles, and in terms of like what I spoke about before, and you want a job where you're moving about, you're active, and you're talking to people, or like a job where you're just in an office by yourself, focused, getting your work done, or like traveling, or you want a place that is a stable, like, set place that you go to every day, like all these different things. Are you someone that you want to be speaking a lot, not speaking a lot? Someone that is working in a group, not working in a group? All these kind of things. But at the ages that we are right now, like 2025, that's literally the time we have the pretty much experiment, innit? Experiment rules. Go find ourselves. I think going back to just going back to in terms of identity, that also works in with your identity. It just makes you learn more about yourself. And the more you know about yourself, you'll just be better prepared to make better decisions in it.
Yeah.
Just
No,
being
I get
honest
that,
with
man.
yourself. I mean, like, I realized that, like I said, like I'm someone that I can't be sat in one place for like the majority of the day. I need to be moving around. I need to be talking to people, and that's something I realize about myself in it. And like my satisfaction, satisfaction. What the fuck?
Satisfaction, yeah.
Yeah, my job satisfaction right now is, I would say, is pretty high because I'm able to do that. I'm able to go around, talk to people, all that kind of stuff. It was good. It could
Mm-hmm.
change, but now it's good.
Yeah, I hear that, man. Yeah. I'm trying to think of a follow-up question, but that's pretty comprehensive for me. I do think there's
Cool.
a
Like
slight
in terms
element of
of like,
like,
yeah, go on.
huh? I was
No, no,
gonna say like
go on.
you can learn a lot from because I can't remember what it's called, but I remember I came across a term called third culture kid, where it's neither of us will apply to it, but it's like your parents are born in one place,
Uh huh.
you were born in another place, and then the third thing is like your host country, so like where you're actually from, and that's kind of like you have three different cultures, and it's hard to pick one. But I think, yeah, man, on the topic of like finding yourself, I've definitely always tried to find a balance between like straight up, I don't know, going on holiday or like doing things that are unproductive, but also like banging these different jobs, reading these different books, and trying to do things that will give you what's the good word for that? Social capital, I guess, for lack of a better word. But it's these
Mm.
things that you can, I don't know, put on your CV or just say you've done these cool stories. And yeah, I feel like as far as that goes, like it ties into what you said before as well about making the most of national service. Like you wanted to go there and come back with saying I've actually done stuff, I've actually worked towards this goal. And
Yeah,
yeah, I think it's nice to see that things all tie together in some capacity at least.
yeah, yeah. I agree. Yeah, man. NS, yeah, no, yeah. All my experience was great. It was good. It was fun. Quick flex. Got a few medals as well. Some awards.
Mad. Actually, yeah, I don't think I've even asked yet. How, because you mentioned you wanted to make yourself proud. Like, explore that. Let's deep dive into that. How how good was it? How far did
Oh,
you get? How many
so
guys did you face?
okay, I think like making myself proud is obviously different people is like, subjective, isn't it?
Mm,
But alright, quick story. Basically, my dad was in the army for like 10 years, and then as soon as I like moved to London, from day one, like I was 7 years old, he was always telling me like, yeah, you're gonna go back when you're 18, you're gonna be a man, you're gonna join the army. So from a young age, I was already being told that.
yeah.
And like my dad brought us up in a pretty sort of regimental household. You know what I mean? So this is my way of like not just making myself proud, but like kind of saying to him and showing him like I'm a man. You know what I mean? Like I'm not like just a small kid anymore. I'm not like some
Yeah,
immature
the rite
guy.
of passage.
Yeah. So I mean I just stayed focused, man. I stayed focused. I did what I believed to be the right thing. A lot of times it got me in trouble because like I would speak up against higher ups and like if I see something that's going wrong or like they're not doing the right thing, they're not following protocol, they're not following the safety measures, like I will speak up because I believe it was the right thing. And it
Mm,
got me in a lot of trouble, and I definitely got in trouble for that kind of stuff. But then in the long run, that you obviously you tend to forget about these kind of things, and then suddenly I was like getting things like Soldier of the Month, you know what I mean, or like they called me up for like some kind of commendation and all this kind of stuff, or like a higher up would call me into the office and talk to me and be like, I know what you did was against the rules, but it was the right thing to do. So like just know that, just be proud of yourself. Just
yeah.
know that you did the right thing.
Mm,
Yeah, these kind of things, and then on a smaller level, I mean, on a smaller level and a bigger level in some sense, is like the fact that I had people that would trust me enough to come up to me to ask me for like advice, would be able to open up emotionally or like just talk about things. It means a lot,
Yeah.
because like again, like, as a leader, you need to be able to be that person that you can lay down the groundwork and be straight and be like, no, we need to follow this and get things done. But at the same time, like, you need to be human. You need to understand your men. You need to understand your team. So the fact that these things, it just kind of showed me, like, one of my friends told me that when I was going through a tough time, like, he said to me, like if you were even half the man you are right now, you'd still be doing a better job than most of us. And that pretty much hit home, innit? Hit home, because it just made me realize that whatever I'm doing, I'm not even taking a moment to stop and think about, wow, I'm doing a great job. It's just like, just go, just keep going. Like, don't stop, don't look back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man, I'm proud to say that I finished, when I came out of the army, I had, I think I got, what was it? What's this thing called? I got this little medallion in there. I got this medallion. I don't know what's the actual name for it. It's a commando coin.
Okay.
Commando coin. I got like this letter of commendation. I got like this couple, this recognitions and awards and stuff. That I thought, like, when I got these commendations and awards, that I was gonna be like, you know, like when you call out your name, then you just in your head you're like gonna be gassed and like, yeah, and all your guys are gonna be gassed.
Yeah.
But I spent out the first time I got called up for the award. I didn't even know I was getting called up for the award, innit? But they said my name and I was like, just kind of stood there like a bit shook. Like, what am I supposed to do? Like, I wasn't expecting this. So I went up to my award. As soon as I shook hands, like, mad emotions, man. Mad emotions. I was like, raw. You know what I mean? Like, it's that realizing that your hard work pays off. And like, you sticking to you and sticking true to yourself, it pays off.
That's mad.
Yeah. And then obviously I was able to like show that to like my family and my mom, even my dad. And like, it's emotional, man, because it's like, I mean, you know that you're coming over here and you're leaving your family, and it goes back to that thing of like, I don't want to come back empty-handed. But I was saying, like, I'm gonna go all out, and I want to come back with at least that thing of being able to say that I've experienced this, this, and this, in terms of verbal experiences, isn't it?
Yeah.
Being able to show that to your family, and like you like video call them and stuff, and then showing them that, yeah, it was good moments, man. I was proud, man. And like, even now when I come back, I don't know when I'm gonna come back, but when I do come back, like, I know they say be humble and stuff, but I'm gonna put a shelf of like all my accolades. I'm gonna put like 2 different lights shining on it, so if you step into my yard, like, it's just right there. And the first thing, I'm not even gonna say, do you want something to drink? I'll be like, oh, this is just something. It's just not. It's nothing. You know what I mean? Just like play it off. Yeah, man. Yeah, definitely. I'm definitely gassed about it. Definitely gassed about it.
Yeah, that's cold.
Like, yeah, man. Hopefully, just make my family proud.
Go on.
Yeah, it's just one of those things that making my family proud. I mean, you, Michael, and Gareth, there. Literally, you were there in person when you guys set me off at the airport when I was first coming to Singapore.
Yeah.
And like, I think I think for you guys at first it was a bit awkward, isn't it? Because like, again, you know me as that guy. I'm always like joking around. I'm like calm. And everything was calm on the day. There was no like emotions or like, oh, take care and do this and do that. There was no emotions. There was no talk like that. Like, please make sure you call. There was nothing like that. It was just like everything was calm. But as soon as we got to the gate and I was like, alright, cool, I'm gonna get on the flight now. I think you, Michael, and Evan was like, alright, cool, we're gonna get on the flight now. Yeah, calm. Out of nowhere, man, everyone just starts like crying and shit, mad emotions, man. I remember I came up to you and like, I was like, yeah, bye, bro. So you just looked to be like, yeah, just don't get your tears on my jacket.
Yeah, because I'm a man.
Yeah, bro. I was
I've been compared to
emotional
NS.
Just shrugged me off like, get on the plane, man. Yeah, get your shit on, man. This guy. Yeah. So it's like, it's one of those things, isn't it? So like, obviously, it's like a lot of emotions and stuff. And like, it meant a
Mm,
lot to me just to obviously make myself proud and make them proud, innit?
yeah. Yeah, I hear that, man.
Especially with Asian. I know that it's going to be bragging rights for them. Asian parents love bragging rights. My lord. It's like top trumps for them. Talk to another Asian parent. Oh, my son's in this uni. Or guess what? My son's in the army. He's the best one there. So shut the fuck up.
Yeah, and you got proof.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. It's like, I've got proof. What has your son got? It's that kind of thing. It happens. It happens in the family. Ask anyone. Ask any Asian kid. It happens. I mean, it can happen in other cultures, but I can't say I know or I've experienced that, obviously.
No, we get it a lot as well in black households.
Mm-hmm. There's always been compared to like your mum's friend's sister's kid, some shit. Like, why did
You know what's funny
I'm
actually?
your yeah, go on.
That just not reminded me, but it just clicked in my head. You know how the older generation always kind of look down on us and millennials as well. It's like, you guys kind of live for likes. All you do is try and get the approval of others. I literally just
Yeah.
clocked now by you saying that, like, our parents are exactly the same. The only difference is like not me in particular, but young people, we look for, likes or whatever. They will like live vicariously through their kids until they can brag to all their friends. Like, fucking hell. Like,
Yeah, they're
not
the same.
much has
They're the
actually
same.
changed.
Yeah, they're the same.
It's all about bragging,
Everyone
right?
exactly, man. Exactly. We all have that thing in us of like we just want to be better than the other person. For no reason as well. It can be like I remember my my dad, man. Oh god. You know how my dad is. You know what I mean? That you personally know how my dad is.
Yep.
But for those that don't know, I'll put it this way: that my dad is a very prideful person he just likes to flex on people, even if it's a lie.
Mm.
He just like that.
Yep.
So I remember once he went to like the local shop, like he'll flex on people that he doesn't even need to flex to, you know. Went to like the corner shop. This Indian guy, just in there, just doing his job. Came to the country just to work and just run his corner
Mm.
shop, man. To do his business. My dad strikes up a convo with him. And is like, oh, so what are you doing? What are you working as? As if it's not obvious. He's obviously working in the damn shop. And then my dad asked him like, and my dad this day he just came back from the dentist, innit? And
Mm.
the dentist said to my dad like, oh, you got good teeth, stuff like that. My dad, I swear,
Mm.
swear down, he literally was like, ask the shopkeeper, yeah. He's like, oh, you the last time you went to the dentist? I was like, I was just there in the back, like, seriously, man, why you gotta do this to yourself? My dad is, when the last time you went to the dentist? Like, asking him about his dental records and stuff like that. And then the guy said he's
Mm.
been some time since he went to the dentist and like his tooth is hurting and blah blah blah. Obviously, in it, because like he's struggling. He's running a corner shop. He ain't got time to go to the dentist. That's expensive stuff.
Word.
Swear down, my dad looks at him and he just starts smiling and showing off his teeth. And goes, well, the dentist just told me I've got some of the best teeth he's ever seen. So screw you, corner shop man. And I'm just there like,
Ah,
why, man? Why? See, now I've got to walk like another 15 minutes to the next corner shop just because you wanted to flex your teeth, bro. Just keep your mouth shut.
oh dear.
Always do the dumb. Exactly. Oh dear. Oh dear. What a guy, man. What a guy.
Mad.
I remember one time I got slapped as well, when I was very young, because my dad was lying about something. I can't remember what he
Mm.
was lying about. I just caught him in a bold-faced lie. He was just talking, I don't know who, one of my neighbors, and he was just chatting to them. He was lying. I looked at
Yeah.
him like, oh, that's not what happened. He just smiled at me and he was like, as soon as you're out of like earshot and like eye shot, out of like visual range, whatever you call it, man,
Yeah.
of that
Yeah.
neighbor,
Yeah.
fam, he stopped, held me by the collar and just slapped me. Like, not even once, no, like, equal, like, fatality slap. Like,
Normal.
Standard, did it? And I was like, what did I even do? I'm telling the truth. You told me to tell the truth. And he's like, no, when I'm lying. Like, I guess telling the truth, you gotta pick your moments.
Oh man, we all have that, man.
You know what I mean?
Those are the ones. Those are the ones.
Those are the days, man. Just getting bitch slapped by your dad in the middle of the street. Don't miss that at all.
I had one with my mum. She must have bought a bunch of like teddy bears during like the day after Valentine's, 'cause it was on sale, and it's like 10p for these bears. And she must have stacked. I think she still does it as well. She like stacks up on things when they're on sale for later on. So I must have been like 6, 7 years old. She goes to her friend's house, and it's her friend's birthday. So she gives her like a card and a bear that costs like 10p or some shit. And then the woman's so like, she's happy. Like, I was like, oh, thank you, Lise. Like, oh, I'm so grateful for the present, blah, blah. She's like, oh, so where'd you get this from? She lied. She's like Harrods or some shit. I can't remember what she said. It's something expensive. And then I was saying that, like, Mum, didn't you get that in Sainsbury's for 10p? And the way Mum's head, like, turned around, looked into my soul, like, how dare you? I had no idea what was coming when I got home that day, man. I still walk with a limp, like.
It's that sharp head turn, isn't it? That sharp head turn and that open wide, the wide-eyed glare, just, yeah, like you said, into your soul, bro. When you get hit with that look, yeah, as a kid growing up like we did, you just know, just shut up for the rest of the day, innit?
Yeah,
just
man.
do everything right to reduce damage. If she's carrying groceries, ask us if she needs help. When you get home, just before she even says anything, start washing dishes and just hoovering the floor for no reason. Just to show that you're still a good kid. You still won't get whacked. Do you know what I mean?
Oh man, that damage control, man.
Damage control, exactly. Mom, are you hungry? Shut up. Okay, Mom. I love you. When you back out the room.
Oh man.
Childhood, man. That's the childhood, I guess, as a I want to say colored person, but I mean it could be for some not colored people. But anyway, childhood for, let's say, parents that don't know what they're doing in it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a firstborn problem, I feel like.
Yo, 100%. That's 100%. For me as well, like, I mean, obviously you're the firstborn, you're the oldest. Like, you're the oldest and you're a guy. For me, my sister's the oldest, but me being the firstborn son, I was always treated as the oldest.
Yeah.
And I just didn't understand that until later on in it. Like, one time, like, I was already at home, my sister came home late. And for some reason, she didn't even get questioned, though. My dad she just kicked the door, came into our room, looked at me, and he was like, why is your sister late? How am I supposed to know, bro? I'm here failing C3 of my maths exam and you're asking me why my sister's late. Like, can you fix up? Go talk to her and she'll tell you why she's late. Dumb stuff.
Yeah, man. That doesn't go away as well. That does not go away.
Until you move out on it. That's why I'm glad I moved out. Like, obviously I miss, like, you know, having people around and blah, blah, blah. But, like, having your own space and, like, stuff and just working in it, whoa. There's freedom in it.
Mm-hmm. I hear that a lot, to be fair. Like, a lot of my friends are saying this, have a similar sentiment where it's like, we just want to move out because there are so many issues at home that you just can't fix. But then, actually, yeah, because I guess when you were in Singapore, whilst you were still doing the NS, you were with your family as well. But then, would you not say, because I know we talked about it a bit before this as well, but you kind of appreciate family a bit more once you Like the grass is always greener kind of thing.
Yeah. So, okay, the best way I can explain this, because I had a conversation about this recently, is, okay, basically every family, I don't care who you are, every family has their own shit going on.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. Everyone. But, and obviously it's easy to say like, oh, I want to move out. But it's kind of that thing of like, once you move out, you have to realize it's not just you moving out to escape that issue. You have to realize that when you move out, you're going to be faced with a whole different set of issues.
Yeah.
Because in life, there's always going to be something. There's always going to be something you got to deal with, innit? So like once you move out, then obviously like what you don't have to do with living with your parents is bills or rent or like making sure there's food for you at home every single day, or like fixing tea or coffee or something, or like washing your own clothes. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people, especially our age, you don't really wash our own clothes. There's a small thing we take for granted that once we move out, we're like, oh, shit, we've got to do it ourselves. Those kind of things in it, and then that takes a toll as well because you're trying to do what you normally do, which is, I mean, whether it's uni or studies or your internship or your job, like you still need to keep that up, but at the same time, you still have so many more responsibilities because of decisions to move out. So I think my advice to anyone who's thinking about moving out in that situation of like they just had enough and need their own space, just think about these kind of things, innit? Before you move out, because it's a lot bigger. You see the big picture. And grocery shopping is not cheap. No, it's not cheap at all. Thank God.
Yeah, especially if you don't prep.
Yeah. I think mental prep is the key thing. Like you need to be mentally prepared, innit? Because I would say like, yeah, you can prep like, oh, okay, I need this and that, and I need to get toiletries and food and like get my laundry done. My rent is this and that. I need to put this aside, save this amount. You can do all that. But when I say mental prep, I mean like life is just havoc, innit? Like it's unexpected. Unexpected things happen all the time.
Yeah.
You just get hit with like a curveball, and you need to be able to like adapt and react. You know what I mean? If something goes wrong or it doesn't go to plan, you can't just panic and sit there like, oh, what now? It didn't go to plan. Like you need to be able to rectify the situation, innit? Work with it. You can't change what happened. So what's the next step? Like, what can you do? What is available to you? Check your resources, check what is the possible routes, and then decide what's the best route to take. That's how I do
it. Yeah, no, I get that. I think having been at uni for 4 years, I've kind of come to a similar conclusion, but it's kind of like the ball's in your court. So, I mean, there are kind of two ways to tackle it. It's like you can either, I don't know. It's like you can copy your parents' formula by like, I don't know, going to Sainsbury's if they went to Sainsbury's or, whatever, doing the same things. Or you kind of learn your own style. And I think the quicker you learn your own style and like get your finances in check and everything, the possibilities are endless. Like, life's fun if you know what you're doing.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, yeah, like for those that went to uni, I feel like that's one of the things that is similar in terms of my experience. Obviously, moving to a different country, blah blah blah. And people that have gone to uni, obviously, majority when they go to uni, they move out and they move out of their family home, go live with different people, or live in wherever it is, with a dorm. I feel like that's something that is consistent with all these kind of different things that at first you just kind of run wild with it. You know what I mean? Unless you're actually that mature, like your first month, everything goes sweet, and you're not eating like 3 bowls of ramen a day. A lot of us, like me included, like I see the money, and then I'm like, oh, I've got freedom, I've got my own place. I run wild with it. like irresponsible. And then over time, you just kind of learn it. You learn like the right way to do things, or the appropriate way to do things.
Yeah, it's true, man. I hear you. Yeah. I got no follow-ups. I think
This has been, how long has it been running for? Like what, 2 hours?
almost 2 hours now. Yeah. That's basically.
So, yeah.
I mean, I kind of want to ask like a quick fire question and like very brief.
Cool.
Like from going through like, obviously what you've been through. I don't know, like I want to say was it worth it, but I don't think that's the right question to ask. It's like, would you do things differently if you could go back?
I wouldn't, man. I really wouldn't.
No regrets.
Yeah, I think I said this to you before. As I try to, obviously, like, yes, you can have regrets, but like, I try to always say that, like, I try not to have any regrets. Because no matter what, like, good or bad things can happen to you, at the point you're at right now is because of every single decision you made, whether it's good or bad.
Yeah.
It made you who you are right now, innit?
It's all a lesson.
Say again?
It's all lessons. Isn't it?
Yeah, it's all lessons, man. It's all lessons. It's all part of growing, making mistakes and all that kind of stuff. That's where you learn. That's where you grow.
Love that, man. All right. I think for our first interview, that's calm. That's basically what I got for today.
Sweet, bro. Yo, thanks for having me. Shout out to Hounslow.
Shout out St. Mark's.
Shout out St. Mark's. Shout out Hounslow. Civic Centre.
Fuck B-side. Fuck B-side again. I gotta get that in.
Yeah.